Hello, everyone. I'm Manic, and before I start talking about the movie, I want to talk about just the Flash in general, like just how overpowered this character is. See, I've already got his. Here, look at this. Look at this. Just look at all of his powers. Like I was gonna look at this and think just a few of them, other than super speed, of course, like phasing, time travel. It's like, and then I wanted to look up his other powers. I thought he had like a tiny bit more, but look at this. Like, he has so many powers that the Speed Force gets him. It's actually ridiculous how overpowered the Flash is. Like, that's what makes the Flash such an annoying character to review, I guess, because it he should almost like never lose. Like I'm still scrolling, and he's like there. That's like all his powers and everything. That's a gigantic. Whoops! Don't look at that. Oh, don't look at that. Uh, uh, don't stop. Oh, uh, okay. That that was just a few, well, not a few. That was all of his powers. That was a lot of stuff that he can do. The thing about when he has so many different powers and he's so ridiculously fast, just him being so much faster than everybody makes it so like you're like extra critical of what he's doing because he has all the time in the world. Like he's that fast. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about that just before I got into the notes for the movie. Like that's how I thought the whole movie was gonna be. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Like actually no, I'll talk about that now. Pretty much, other than the intro, I feel like I thought like the whole movie was gonna be like the intro, like the Flash not using his powers right. He could have done this, he could have done that, but like since he lost his powers for the majority of the movie, I guess it didn't really have to worry about that. So if it, I guess if it was like that the whole movie, I probably would have gave it a lower rating. But let me start. Let's start the review. Let's start it off. Okay, so the first thing is with the intro, we see the Flash. Of course, they try to make it like ironic. The guy with superhuman speed is somehow late every single day, because that makes sense. Like he's talking about the girl curly hair or whatever he said. She knows that I'm always late, so she always have this sandwich ready for me for when I show up. It's like, how do you have super speed and you're late? It's like, use your super speed and make a sandwich, man. It's like you have how is he late? It's like I get why he wouldn't want to maybe like super speed to work or something, but like past waking up and getting ready, he should be less than a second to wake up, make a sandwich, eat it, and be out of bed and like walking to. I don't even know if he even needs to take the bus. He's in what's it called? I think he's in the city, so I'm not sure if he even has to take any public transportation. But like, I don't know. Anyways, let me get back to it. And then, so the thing is, he's over there. He's waiting in line for his sandwich or whatever. He's like the guy is taking too long or blah blah blah. Batman calls him up. Batman's like, hey, I need your help, Flash. There's this stuff going on there. I don't know if he even says the hospital is falling or not, but he's like, the hospital is falling. And then the Flash, the fastest man alive by a large margin, is talking about, can you get somebody else to do it real quick? I'm kind of in a rush. You're the Flash, man. You can get that done like faster than he can finish that sentence. But oh my goodness, dude. But he keeps on asking questions like, "Oh, get where's Wonder Woman? Where's Superman? Who cares where they are? You could get that done so quick. Go save those people. What are you waiting on? You think you're gonna be late to work? You're already late anyway." And it's like, even if you were gonna be late, you're saving a hospital full of people. Oh, and then and then he talked to, my next note, the CGI looks way too bad for such a popular, for, being Warner Bros. Like, it gets a little better later on in the movie, but the first scene with the Flash running, man, that looked disgusting. Like a clay animation or something. Maybe not like that, but it didn't look good. And also, I was a little confused in the beginning with the different colors of the lightning, but from what I'm understanding, the lightning is blue when he doesn't wear the suit with his special suit, but it is red when he does wear his special suit. So that's what I'm imagining the difference in the lightning color is. Okay, and then my next thing. So we see Batman. Batman's always is also there. He's taking down the main bad guys, which, if the Flash was actually flashing, using his super speed, he would have been able to save everybody in the hotel, in the hospital, and then clean up whatever Batman was trying to do. But that's the Flash. That's the thing. Flash is either written as pretty much like a god, pretty much, or he's written like a complete moron. Like, either he uses his powers to his full abilities, or he's just like stands around and he just doesn't use his powers. Like, I don't know how to just like the CW Flash, Like, I'm sure y'all seen the videos if you're watching this, like of Don't Stop to Talk, all that stuff. It's like he shouldn't. This shouldn't be a problem. Is the thing. Like that's how powerful this character is. It shouldn't be a problem for him to do all this, but he somehow makes it a problem. Okay, so let's go back to this. So. Okay. So while he was tying up wires, so that I'm guessing so people don't get electrocuted in the hotel, so for some reason he turns off his super speed while doing that, and then he asking questions about Alfred is telling him the right or what was it, east wing or west wing of the hospital is gonna start falling soon, and then Flash is talking about like, it doesn't look like it's gonna fall. What are you talking? Bro, he should have already been in there. What was he even asking questions for? Just go look in there. You got super speed. There's nothing to. What questions do you need to ask? You don't need to ask how many people are in there. Who cares? Go look. He can look before he even gives you the answer. Like anything else you need to know afterwards. Like, after you get the people out, you can ask Alfred after. It's like. Yeah. Okay. Let's get to Batman. Okay. So Batman's chasing after the robbers. He has his little his bat bike or whatever. But like, the bat bike is just so dumb. It's like the goons, whoever, they start shooting at him from the van. And then he puts up these two little shields. And like, this is what the shields look like. That's what it looks like. He has these two shields. His face is wide open. It's like, but he like turns to like block the. It makes no sense. I know it's like, if you put it in front of you, it's gonna block your vision, even though he could just use like bulletproof glass or whatever, because he's Batman, or just not used the bat bike or something. He got his Batmobile, but it worked out, of course, because he's Batman. Ugh. Man, I'm a Batman hater. Dude, Batman's overrated. Okay, and then we get to this part. So the building falls, like that part of the west wing of the hospital or whatever he said falls. So all just a bunch of babies, because it was the maternity ward. All the babies are falling out. Uh, the nurse is falling out. The dog is falling out. They're all falling. Every single person, everybody in that area is falling. They're falling out. And then it's like also before actually I want to talk before this. He's talking about I'm so hungry. I'm gonna run out of stamina or whatever because I haven't been eating anything. It's like, then go eat something. It's like he somehow doesn't understand how fast he is. And it's like, bro, grab a hot dog. There's probably a hot dog hot dog stand around there somewhere. Grab a pizza. You could probably run home, make a sandwich, and come back before like anything happens. That's how fast he is. Like, there's so many things he could have done to find food. Like it, even if he didn't like want to steal anything, just pay them back later or whatever. It's like, because the reason I'm saying this is like, he when they get to the hospital starts falling over, and then they're all falling out like I was saying before. So he runs up there, and as he's running up there, he's about to run out of energy. Like he's gonna, like, I'm guessing he wouldn't be able to use his super speed because he's so hungry. He doesn't have the stamina for it. And then he gets lucky, and there's a vending machine up there. It's like, it's so like, if that vending machine wasn't up there and he didn't bust into the vending machine, eat all that stuff, that filled up his stamina really quickly too. It's like he waited to do something he could have done so long ago. If that vending machine wasn't there, all those babies, the dog, the woman, they would have fallen out, and nobody would have caught him because he's over there messing around. He doesn't understand he has super speed. He wastes the last second to do something as simple as just when he could have just gone and grabbed something to eat. It's like if they all would have died, and it would have been 100% his fault. But after that, luckily, the movie, there's no more of the Flash not using his powers correctly, at least because he doesn't have it for most of the movie. You just, like, the alternate Flash has the powers. So luckily, this whole review isn't just gonna be like, you should have just done that, Okay, let's get to the rest of the movie. Yeah, we see we get a little flashback into the Flash's life. Like go back in time. I really like their family dynamic. A lot of shows or a lot of movies, they I don't know. I guess they don't go too deep into the family dynamic too much. And like, this wasn't too long either, but just from the small bit, it's like, I actually really liked it. Like, for that, like, that could have like been a little sitcom. That's how much I liked it. That could have been mini Flash or Flash before my parents died or my mom died or whatever. Yeah, but yeah, I really like that part. The next part this is an early Flash. Like, at least what I thought was an early Flash. Maybe I'm not sure how early it is because it seems like the Justice League was just, this is like soon after the Justice League, and right before during the Justice League, Flash barely knew about his powers or how to use it well. So I was thinking like, oh, maybe the Flash, like, he just knows how to run fast. He doesn't know how to do any of the other stuff, but I guess he knows how to phase. So he also knows how to do that as well. Like, yeah, he knows how to phase. I just thought that was interesting. Like, I'm not sure how much of his powers or more of his stuff he knows how to do. Well, he also knows how to shoot lightning as well. So he knows a decent amount of his powers. Well, never mind. He has like 15,000. I was looking at him. Probably doesn't know all of them, but yeah. What's next? Oh yeah. Okay. So the whole movie is pretty much like Flashpoint. The Flash wants to save his mom. He goes back in time, changes the past, messes up the future. The generic Flash storyline. Well, I shouldn't say generic, but they always got to do that with the Flash. Anybody who can time travel has to mess up time at some point. So, what I thought he was gonna do when he first teleported back or went back in time was, even though he obviously shouldn't have. They talked to, he even went to Batman. They were like, Batman was like, don't do this, man. And then he's like, oh yeah, butterfly effect. And then he's like, wait, but what if I do change the back time, but I only do one small thing, or I forgot what. He's like, Bruce didn't say, don't let anybody see you. It was something dumb. It was something dumb. Like, yeah, he pretty much ignored the butterfly effect and all that stuff so he could save his mom. It makes sense, of course. Like, I get why he did it. But the way I thought he was going to do it, like the least that would affect the timeline the least. He shouldn't have done it at all, of course. But I thought what he would do to affect the timeline the least would since the camera footage before he went back in time, he had camera footage of his dad because his dad got accused of murdering his mom, but he wasn't even there. So, but there's camera footage of the dad shopping at the store at the time that his mom would have been killed, which would have gotten him free from prison because that would have been undeniable that he wasn't at the house. So what I thought he was going to do at the beginning was just like run up to his dad or whatever, like lift his head up or something, or what he did at the end of the movie. He just moved the can to the higher shelf so his dad would look at the camera. I thought that's what he was going to do the first time. So instead, what he did was even worse. He went back in time, and actually, I'm going to talk about the ending part a bit more too later. He went back in time, and then he put the tomatoes into his parents' cart, his mom's cart, and so she didn't forget the tomatoes. So the dad didn't need to go to the store and all that stuff. So it's like, I would think he would try to find like the least interactive approach, but I don't know how he thought that was going to be the least interactive. But and that's how the movie starts. So yeah, he learns how to fit. So yeah, he gets stuck. He tries to run back. Then a second Flash comes and gets him, which we later find out is the Flash that he meets after he changes time and all that, which I can talk about that later too. It's not really too important. So it's whatever. So yeah, he tries to get himself Flash, like I'll call him alternate Flash. He'll try to get alternate Flash's powers because he doesn't know how the time would work because he got knocked out of the time portal. Well, I guess so. Okay. He gets knocked out of the time portal by alternate Flash, like future alternate Flash. So I guess that is important. So he doesn't go back to where he's supposed to be in time. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so he sees himself and all that stuff. So he messes up time even more. But that doesn't really matter because he's gonna change the past and all that stuff anyway. So he goes to try to get his alternate self some powers, his Flash powers. He goes to the same location, all that stuff, gets everything set up. Then when the lightning strikes, he's like in front of the lightning. It's like, how did he get hit by that lightning? Like he didn't. I get that he doesn't have Flash time on 24/7, but like, you're telling me he had the time correct, like almost everything correct, but he didn't think to move out of the way. It's like, I feel like they could have thought about a different way to take away his powers, because that seemed like a pretty dumb way. Him just like not avoiding the lightning that he knew was going to be coming, that he set up for was coming. I know they were trying to keep him still or everything, but it's like he could have just stood behind him, grabbed his shoulders, and whatever. But then, so yeah, our Flash, he loses his powers, and alternate Flash gets his powers. And I wrote in my notes that run around the room after he lost his powers was hilarious. Dude was like, he was like. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good. I thought the movie was pretty funny overall. I did really like it. But okay. So, what's next? Most of my notes skip most of the story because I was just enjoying it really. But then Batman, old Batman shows up, and I'm a Batman hater. We see old Batman. He takes out that entire group of soldiers. He stands up like the first group of soldiers. He's up at the top, drops down, lands in there. Then he pulls out his cape like it's bulletproof. Okay, takes all the bullets, but then he turns around, throws his little battle rings. You tell me none of those people end up shooting him in his exposed. That's what I hate about Batman. It's like, why is that part exposed? That's like one of the main parts I hate about it. Is like you got like everything covered pretty much. It's like, bro, put on a helmet. What are you doing, man? What are you? I'm so sick of Batman. It's like he's not that guy. Truly, he's truly not. Okay. And next, in my notes I put like purple guy's Flash. So that was like right before they had that big fight. I don't even mention Kara, but she's also in the story. Like Superman isn't in the story. Like I thought her character was pretty cool, I guess. Like yeah, she comes around like really quickly. It's like she starts off like I'm not one of y'all. I'm a Kryptonian, and then she flies away. Then like 20 minutes later, she sees her people attacking the others, and then she goes to Flash like, "Why'd you save me? I'm not like you. You needed help. All right, I'll save your planet." It's like, golly, she switches like a light switch. That was oh man, she like don't let anybody like convincing talk to her, because man, she was way too easily convinced. Like she switched her entire mentality. She was like, I help people because I do. Okay, I'll save the planet. But anyways, okay. The next one. Okay, so yeah, so Kara and Batman, we see that they're doomed to die in that moment. Pretty much the whole world is doomed to die. They can't save them. Alternate Barry keeps going back and keeps on trying. Then we see him like keep on getting pieces in him. Then he starts to look at like Purple Flash. Then that's where I wrote my notes. Oh, Purple Guy's Flash. And then we see that. So pretty much Purple Flash attacks Alternate Flash. He tries to attack our Flash, but attacks Alternate Flash and ends up pretty much killing himself. And and that world dies because Barry doesn't go back and all that stuff. So yeah, that pretty much what happens. And then this is what I was mentioning before. What Barry does, he goes back and he reverses what he does. with the tomatoes and stuff. But before he reverses the tomatoes, he goes and talks to his mom. It's like, well, he knows about the butterfly effect, and he continues to ignore it. It's like any small change could affect the future. He has a full-on conversation with his mom. I know she doesn't know who he is, but that doesn't matter. It's like the fact that he's changing anything. Like he knows the fact that he's changing anything. He has a full-on conversation with her. She sees his face. He hugs her and all that stuff. So he takes the tomatoes and he puts it back. And I thought even that was too much. He shouldn't have even done that. Like hugged her and all that stuff. And then he goes back, he sees the camera, and he moves the tomatoes to the top shelf so his dad looks up. Changing the past again and affecting the future. It's like then he goes back in time to the present. He goes back to the present, and then everything seems right. His dad is okay. His dad gets out of prison. He's fully free. They let him out because they see it in the camera. He's cool. But then we see Batman is a completely different dude. It's like it's so crazy how why does the Flash always have to be like, why do they always have to make him dumb? It's crazy. This guy's supposed to be a genius, but he does like the most obvious mistakes in the world. Even people even having Batman tell him exactly not to do that, and then he even has other alternate old Batman tell him, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. You messed everything up. Then he goes, fixes it, and then does it again. It's just because it's slightly less doesn't mean you didn't affect the past. But yeah. Yeah, same old Flash storyline. That's the thing about it. It's like if this movie was gonna be in the present, then I guess it would have been like against another speedster or something, Reverse Flash, or I don't think we haven't seen Reverse Flash yet. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure he killed his mom, right? Like they didn't show it, of course, but I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, but going back in time, another back in time Flash story. So I'll talk about the different characters. Well, three of them: the Flash, alternate Flash, and old Batman, since they were pretty much like the only main characters. So the Flash. The Flash, regular old Flash, is a moron, of course, but he's also a genius. I actually did enjoy his character, other than those making the most obvious mistakes in the world. I thought he was pretty funny most of the time. I like how they interacted with each other. It's like especially that part. He was like him and alternate Flash would interact with each other. He would be like call him annoying and stuff. Didn't realize how annoying he was, but I like that meta stuff. That's pretty cool. I really did enjoy the character overall. Just like, yeah, other than the obvious mistakes he makes. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I liked him. So alternate Flash it is crazy to see how different he is, or how different he could have been if his mom and dad were still in his life like the whole time. It's like dude's like a completely different guy. He's like just one small, well, not really a small change. Like having your parents is pretty big, but that change could like completely affected his personality. He's truly hardly identifiable. Like yeah, a completely different guy with both his parents in his life. I do prefer regular Flash over him though. I thought he was kind of annoying a little bit, well, more annoying than regular Flash. Um, yeah, that's about it. Now, old Batman. I liked old Batman too. He was yeah, he's a pretty cool character. Or uh, yeah, he's Batman. He does Batman things. Like it was. I did like the since it was alternate reality. It was just is yeah, the butterfly effect. Him having his parents or changing that small thing like completely changed Gotham. So it was pretty interesting. Like having Batman. He just retired because Gotham became like one of the safest cities in the world that they didn't even need Batman. He just became instead of like an urban legend. He well, I guess he still is an urban legend, but he just stopped superheroing because they didn't need him. Nobody, there was nothing going on. They don't need it. They don't need a hero if there's no crime, you know. So I did like that, and he still got it. He still got the moves and all that stuff. I did like all of his fights, and like he went against the giant guy, put a bunch of bombs on him. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I liked him. Pretty cool character. But yeah, I liked him. So that's about it. So I give the rating. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I really liked the movie. Like other than the intro, it's like, yeah, I really liked it because it wasn't just the Flash. Well, the whole premise of the movie is the Flash being dumb, but it wasn't just the whole like Flash not using his powers right because we saw with the alternate Flash, he had the powers. Yeah, he didn't use it right all the time, but he just got it like yesterday. So I can't really blame him for not, some, like when he was using his power and like, oh yeah, I really liked, when they were saving Kara from the ship. Like we see the perspective of other characters when they see Barry because he's so fast. You see him just like zip away real quick. He's like, "Oh, I just tried every single combination." It's like that's what I'm talking. That's how fast Barry is. But he somehow doesn't seem to understand that sometimes. That's what makes him so frustrating. But yeah, I did really like those parts, that part, and what else? What else happened? Him throwing the guy out of nowhere. That guy with the chef guy. That part was pretty funny. Like Batman was like trying to scare him off on all that stuff. What other part happened? Oh, when Wonder Woman saved them, they were talking about that was in the present, like at the beginning of the movie. He was saying talking about how he was like what was it? She had the lasso of truth on him and all that stuff. Yeah, I did real. Actually, you know what? I should give it I give it an 8 out of 10. I did really enjoy this movie. I enjoyed it way, way, way more than I thought I would. And yeah, I really didn't think I would, but pretty good, yeah. But yep, that's it. I really liked the movie. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye.